how's it going? Welcome to my car. I'm on my way home from work, and I'm just going to share my thoughts and feelings from now on as I'm driving home from work. Oh my gosh, the sky is just gorgeous today. It was gorgeous this morning, and let me see if I can show you this. And yes, I'm driving. Oh my word, it is fantastical. Look at that. Anyway, thoughts and feelings. On my way home from work, that's what I want to do from now on. I think it feels good to just get it off my chest. But today, specifically, I want to share how I found out I could use the equity in my home to pay off over $25,000 worth of debt. Well, let me just let that sink in for you, because to me, that sounds insane. You have to know a little bit about me. First of all, we as a family have a lot of debt. Specifically student loan debt. And don't get me started on the school system and the student loan system and everything in that area, because that's a whole other ball game that I could just make a whole other rant about. The result of all that is we have a lot of student debt. We don't have a lot of consumer debt, but we do have a lot of student debt. Now, we bought our house about 3 years ago. We paid about $155 for it. And now with the housing prices the way we are and the interest rates as low as they are, I thought it would be a great time to refinance our house. And I'm right. It is a great time to refinance your house if your house price has gone up and your interest rate is higher. So we looked into refinancing a couple months ago, and this is kind of my pet project, so I'm probably just going to say I for a lot of this. I looked into refinancing a couple months ago and with our current institution, and they were concerned about my high debt to income ratio. I myself have over $60,000 in student loans. I have the van in our name, in my name specifically, so that's $23,000. And altogether, I don't make that much money. I mean, I am middle class. We are a middle class family, and but we couldn't survive on my income alone. And therefore, I have a high debt to income ratio. And that's what the bank was concerned about. They did offer me a refinance, but the interest rate was not great, and they wanted me to roll my my van loan into our mortgage. And I thought about it, and we have a pretty good interest rate on our van at 3.8%. And we have had it for over a year. We're going to have it paid off in, 2 to 3 years now. So it didn't make a lot of sense to bring that into the mortgage and then end up paying more in interest over the life of that loan than we would have paid for the van in total. It just didn't make sense. And it gave me a bad gut feeling is what happened. And I'm kind of, it just makes me feel icky that they thought it was okay to offer a deal like that, because if I didn't know what I was doing, it would have looked really nice on paper. But knowing how to calculate some of these figures taught me that it was not beneficial to me. So I turned them down. That's what happened. And a few months goes on, and I thought, why don't I just try again? Because there's other companies out there, and I didn't really reach out to a lot of folks at the time. I thought that things were going well with our current financial institution, and so I didn't reach out to a lot of places. So I started to do some shopping again. And this time I reached out to a bunch of places online, and I did get a couple good rate quotes, and I ran into the same problem. High debt to income ratio. They want me to roll the van loan into my mortgage loan. But this time, especially the local lender that I chose to go with, they offered me a really low interest rate. So they offered me a 3% interest rate, which our van is 3.8. Now, it didn't make sense at the higher interest rate to tack that money on, but now my brain starts to thinking, my wheels are turning here. And I think, yeah, I could get rid of our van loan. That payment is $460 every month. And while it's no problem to make that payment, if I can lower our mortgage payment at the same time as getting rid of another payment of that magnitude, that frees up a lot of cash flow, of our cash flow monthly. And we do have issues keeping cash flow at our house. So it was, it just felt right this time. It felt like the interest rate was good. It felt like the amount was good. It felt like it was something I want to do. And it felt mind-blowing that I could use the equity in our home to pay that down. Now, our home has gone up a considerable amount in value. It's gone up almost $75,000 in value. As what we're speculating. We don't know the appraisals tomorrow. But they won't let you borrow that much on your house. So I am taking out $175,000 refinance. If all goes well, $175,000 in refinance. And that's going to pay off my van, and it's going to pay off the smallest of my student loans, which in total is more than $25,000. What? And I still have enough equity in our home to get rid of our private mortgage insurance. So now, not only am I paying less on our mortgage and freeing up $460 every month in the form of our van payment to create cash flow, I still have enough equity in my house that if I were to sell it, I'd go out at a profit. What? And even saying it now, again, and it's not a new idea at this point. I've been working on this for a couple weeks. It blows my mind saying it out loud every time, because it feels almost wrong how easy it was. And stuff like that gives me severe doubts. I came from a family where you worked hard for your money, and if you weren't working hard, it was too good to be true. And this feels like one of those get rich quick type of things that has happened here. But what really has just happened is appreciation in the value of our home. And that made me realize the power of real estate. Now, we have low incomes, as I said, and if we were to put our lives on hold, we could pay off our student loans in a couple of years with the trajectory of our incomes. If we just did nothing else but just stayed on the path that we are in, we would pay off we would have to live on, basically the bare minimum, have no lives, no vacations, no eating out. But we could pay off our student loans in 2 to 3 years, probably more on the 3 to 4 year range. But here I am paying off $25,000 in one chunk because of the appreciation that's happened on our home. And I know a lot of that has to do with timing and the way the economy is going, and nothing that has been under my control. But I think that's the beauty of it, is that it's not under my control. I didn't have to do anything to work for this money. And this is how investors must feel daily. They did nothing to work for the money that they just got in their checking account. And that makes me excited, because it makes me want to find ways to invest our money. So now I've got a plan. And I'm not a financial advisor by any means, so definitely talk to people on your end that have experience in this. But I've got a plan now where I think if I can pull it off, I can pay even more of my student debt down while getting us in a home that needs less love than ours does now. So yeah, that's how I did it. And I'll share that plan with you at a later date, but that's how I did it. I on my part, very little work. I did some shopping around online. I did talking to people. We're having the appraisal done. I, got all the the information they wanted. But as far as, actual physical working hours goes, the time investment was very small on my part. And here I am paying off $25,000 for maybe 2 hours of work. How much is that hourly rate? Because I will take it, ladies and gents. I will take that. But yeah, that's just what I'm thinking about on my way home from work today. And, I thought I'd pop on here some other times and just give you my thoughts on life and what's going on in the realm today. And yeah, that's it. Driving Miss Mandy. Anyway, that's how I did it. And I hope that helps some of you if you are in similar situations to me. And you have a lot of debt and you need to pay down debt in order to invest, in order to build wealth, in order to live your best life, then you do what you got to do. And this might be one way you could help to get that done without struggling so much. To be honest, I am tired of the struggle. It is every day. It is nonstop. I want to build wealth so that I don't have to struggle each and every day. But that's a conversation for a different day. I hope you all have a great day. I will see you next time. Bye.